Hello, everyone. We just ended week number 3, and I would like to take you guys to take a moment to summarize what we have learned last week, and I hope you guys would also do your own little summary about the past 3 weeks. As we said at the beginning of the semester, the theme of the semester is functions. And we talk about function is a rule that assigns each input exactly one output. So that's the function relationship. In the first week, besides introducing those important concepts, right? Mathematical principle, number system, grammar, truth table, we focus on these functions. And the functions we talk about in the first set is 1, 2, 3, there's 8 of functions. The second set, which we talk about the other concepts about functions, and then we apply them right away, which are one-to-one functions and compositional functions, increasing, decreasing function, even odd functions. We introduce these concepts in the next week, in the second week, and then we talk about the second category of functions, which are exponential and logarithm. We have these two category of functions addressed on base 2, continued on base 3, which you saw 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power x, 3 to the power x, 3 to the power x, right? And 10 to the power x, 10 to the power x, right? And most importantly, as we mentioned, that e to the power x, and their inverse function, right? Each one of these functions, they have an inverse function. And from that perspective, we talk about base 2, base 3, base e, base 10, exponential logarithm functions. You can see base 3, base e, and we address these category functions on log, their inverse function to each other. Okay, log base 2x, and we've done their graph, right? And base 3x, we did all the graphs of these functions, and common log x. Okay, and finally, most importantly, natural log x, right? So we introduce these functions as they are inverse function to each other. We talk about their domain and range, and we done their graph, right? And from last week, we have just introduced trig function. We introduced unit circle and the definition, right? And what's important in trig is A, R, D, which you have learned. And I claim all the questions you are going to encounter are either from A to D, okay, or D to A. So from these two, okay, perspectives, you are going to see these two kinds of questions in this coming week, week number 4. Okay, so not only in the intro, we introduce definition, we do the graph, right? So like apply trig definitions, so pi over 6, pi over 4, pi over 3. On these sections, we're gonna see a lot of A to D. And in the coming week, okay? You're gonna see the graph, that's A to D, right? And D to A, okay? On the last two sections of next week, right? Simple sign equation, any sign equation. Okay, so I'm going to put an arrow. So now you are going to see, okay, all of these are mostly A to D. Okay, so these are A to D, A to D. Okay, and arc sign and composite arc sign is D to A. Oops. Clean that. Oops. I'm going to have to redraw this. Okay. So these are A to D. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's A to D. And these, okay, is both. Okay, it's D to A. D to A. All right. Composition of sign and arc sign is both. So so arc sign and composition, you're gonna see both A to D, D to A. Two of them, they both involved. And last is D to A. Okay, D to A, which are here. You're gonna see these in the next section, in the coming week. Okay, and I hope this, this intro helps. Okay, number one, I encourage you guys to do a summary about what you have studied the last 3 weeks. And number two, revisit and know what to focus on in trigonometry, which is A, R, D. Okay, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. And thank you for watching. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person or online. Thank you for watching.